My phone is buzzing because we're
You're
live.
live. I get that. I got that same one. You're live.
You're live.
Live.
We're only 11 minutes late.
Yeah.
Go us.
It's not bad. Not bad for us. So,
one time a month, we have a studio meeting for dinner. And that's where we came from, Jennie and I both.
Yeah. We had a delicious dinner and a incredible meeting of expansion and growth and ideas and some boundaries. All good,
Yes.
all fun stuff.
All good things. I think boundaries are good. And you don't only have boundaries as a person, but you also have boundaries as a business. And I think we do, that's my favorite thing about us and kind of how we run our business. Today is about card readings. Yes or no questions. And I want to take a second. I love doing relationship readings, but I feel like maybe people don't understand what they are.
Okay, let's talk about it.
So let's talk about let's talk about relationship readings.
Okay.
When you hear the word relationship reading, what do you think about? I'm curious. What would that mean to you?
It's honestly, I go back to junior high and the 17 magazine and what does my horoscope say? Is the love of my life gonna come into literally, I'm not lying. I'm a healthy skeptic, but when I think of relationship readings, that's what my brain goes to immediately. I mean, now I know, totally different. So maybe we get to kind of debunk that,
what that is. Because I think when I hear the word at the beginning, I thought MASH.
Draw the spiral.
MASH, and then the spiral means how many things, and then this is what.
You're gonna live in a mansion.
You're gonna live in an apartment with George Clooney, and you're gonna or live in a shack, and you're gonna be an actor and make $1 million or whatever. I don't remember all the things.
Yeah, I don't remember all the things either.
Yeah. But if you grew up in the 90s, you know what MASH is, and that is not what we're talking about. It is not a relationship reading.
Yes.
I think we have to define two things: what relationships are. One, relationships are anything that you have with an outside thing. So it could be our relationship, you and I. It could be my relationship with the studio. It could be my relationship with my husband, my relationship with my dog, my relationship with my cat, my relationship with money, my relationship with my childhood. It can be anything that you have a connection with that's outside of, and I mean, I guess it's not even really outside of you because.
Yeah, sometimes my relationship with my liver, my relationship with my rashes, my relationship with my thoughts, if I'm experiencing depression, my shadow.
Yeah. So when you ask for a relationship reading, there might be something that's particularly causing you to struggle. We can dig into that. So if you come to me and say, I have had really bad stomach pain, can you show me what energy is stuck there? How can I shift? What is the story that's stuck there? That is something that we can do. And that is what relationship readings are. So, anywho. I love them. I think they're phenomenal. It's my favorite thing to do. And I just think maybe just a little education as time goes on about what they are. Yeah. So if you come on, let us know. What do you want? What questions do you have? What is going on in your brain? How can we help you?
Kuan Yin wanted to come out today. She really helped me for a very long time. Right after my divorce, she came in very strong for me. And then I just kind of haven't played with her for a while since, but she's come in the last couple of times. And so I'm actually two oldies, like two throwbacks are coming up for me. This is my very first card deck that I ever bought. And they are these beautiful I am cards. So just really, just very simple, but beautiful and profound I am cards.
I am.
Mm-hmm.
I am.
And then I have this bleeding ink book that she kind of calls you on your shit. Lovingly.
I love it. I don't know that I would say this is an oldie deck, but it's a deck that I've had for a long time. I'm going with some Elemental Tarot.
Mm-hmm.
This is my deck today. Sometimes it's sassy, sometimes it's not. And the Animal Spirit deck that people are obsessed with. I was trying to decide what my other deck was going to be. I mean, I have other decks, so if something else calls, but the two that are sitting most prepared, which is another element deck, relationship B deck.
Mm-hmm.
So the Animal Spirit deck is also calling. I'll be using that, and of course the pendulum for readings tonight. So let us know. Let us know what you have. It's a slow night. Maybe because we didn't get here on time.
Maybe.
Because we were late.
Maybe. Okay.
I'm excited for all this expansion stuff, though. Oh, man, I'm so excited about it. It's going to be so much fun.
Yeah. Look at that. We're so fancy.
We are fancy.
Should we talk a moment about what's coming up at the studio over like next month?
Yes. I'm going to share while you kind of intro it. I'm going to share it to a couple pages.
Okay. So next month, March, we have a couple of fun, really exciting things happening. The first thing that, of course, I'm like always slightly partial to is drum ceremony. Oh, this is my most recent drum.
That drum is amazing.
And can you hear me talking through her?
I'm excited. You were supposed to bring her to dinner and you did not.
I know, because I figured out what's going on with her. And I know what I need to do now. So this drum, she's making me work for her. She's making me earn it, which is fine. It is a manifesting drum. And so I'm learning a lot about my manifesting concepts through making this manifesting drum. So we have a drum healing ceremony and a drum making March 18th. And it is, you can come just for the ceremony. You don't have to make a drum. And that's one price. If you want to make a drum, there's an additional price. So powerful. We're making a journey drum. We're talking about relationships and that, the relationships within self, that's a journey. Ancestral, Akashic records, future self, all of those are journeys. So that's really exciting. And then March 19th, we're doing a Divine Feminine activation workshop. Exotic Yogini. This is her second time working with us. The first workshop was so amazing. And I think we only have a couple spots left on that one.
Yeah, I have been seeing people like sign up all week, and I don't even remember how many spots were originally for that. But that event is really cool, and I'm excited. Everyone was raving about it last time. I didn't get a chance to go, so I haven't been to it, but I've heard very, very good things.
Yeah, I didn't get to go either. But
basically, if you've ever wanted to learn to move your body and feel good about it, there's some meditation that happens, which is like really quite up my alley because it's all about sacral healing and like calling back your sexual energy, connecting to yourself, and learning to just enjoy moving your body.
Yeah.
Enjoy moving and having a good time And everyone, last time I heard, everyone was laughing like crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So that will be super fun.
Yeah, I think there's like literally 2 spots left on that one.
I can look. I'm gonna look while we talk, and then we'll see.
Yeah.
There's a couple of spots left.
The drum ceremony, I believe we're halfway. We're half full. So we definitely have more room on that one. The divine activation, we're like close to full.
Yes.
And then at the end of the month, we have our first signature meditation retreat called Awaken Your Soul. And this is like a really gentle, if you've never been to a retreat, this could be a really beautiful first one for you. It's a 2-day retreat, 1 night. We also have day options. So if you live in the area, you can drive up for the day and go home and sleep in your own bed at night, which is sometimes really nice. And we'll just be teaching a whole bunch of just basic mindfulness. What is meditation? How do you do it? What does your meditation practice look like? A lot of time for integration, self-reflection in a beautiful home up in Huntsville with these views of the whole valley and Pineview Reservoir. I don't ever remember.
Reservoir? I'm really excited about this retreat. And this retreat is like, we've made a lot of changes in our retreat since we did the Reiki retreat this last time. And like the Reiki retreat is where we certify you. If you're wanting to go forward, you're really wanting to understand how energy work is. Soul awakening is great, whether you've been doing it for a long time or you're brand new. Mm-hmm. And the reason it's great for both is because if you've been doing it a long time, you just want a quiet space to mind your own business and to be left alone. And it's great for that, with some reminders at the beginning, which I think is beautiful. And that was something I loved when I did the Reiki retreat this last time, because I've been a Reiki master for a while. And it was nice to go back to like the basics of it, because you get so wrapped up in all the newness of everything sometimes. So there's that. When you get to go back to basics, if you don't even know the basics, it's a soul awakening retreat is beautiful. Mm-hmm. It'll be so much fun because you're going to learn about, we just did that. We worked on the class schedule tonight for all the courses that's going to be on there. We'll talk about feeling emotions, how you feel them. We'll talk about basic rhythms, where you feel it in your body, which is Jennie and I's total jam in everything that we do. And then what else are we talking about in that class? We're going to do a lot of quiet time.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that will be really fun.
Sound ceremony with some gentle stretching, yin yoga. Amazing.
And it's just an overnighter.
Yeah.
It'll be nice and relaxed. We have a second Reiki level 1 and 2 retreat coming up in July.
Yes.
No, it's level 3. April is 1 and 2. April is 1 and 2, and then level 3 is July. Mm-hmm. You have to have gone to level 1 and 2. You can be certified by someone else in level 1 and 2 to come. So just let us know that if you want to sign up for level 3, which is cool. So that's really fun. Mm-hmm. I'm biased, but the Reiki retreats are my favorite.
Man, that was so powerful. That retreat was amazing.
Yeah, I had fun. And then we have classes like every day. Like right now, Amber is teaching a meditation journaling class at a studio every Wednesday at 7. Mm-hmm. Becky teaches a self-care class before that, which is like meditation. Sometimes she does stretching. Sometimes she does self-massage stuff. All the self-care basics. Yeah. We do have 2 new classes coming up.
Yeah, that's right.
Monday nights.
Silent meditation.
Yes. Don't be nervous.
Yeah.
Because we help you learn how to do silent meditation. Mm-hmm. Which is really fun. And we'll talk you down into it. So if you're the person who's saying, well, my mind's busy, it's okay. We'll help you.
We will help you.
We'll be with you the whole time.
Yeah. And you can try that class for free next week using the code TRYSILENCE.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Try silence.
Try silence. Just try it. I mean, think how often you always have noise happening. The radio, the TV, people talking, you talking. and to just sit and just be with no sound, nobody talking, just being. Beautiful things pull up. It's also really, it's fun. We had a lot of fun last Monday.
Well, and I think it's such an interesting thing. It's a part of the process of going inward. It's a part of the process of connecting to yourself. You have to learn to sit in yourself. You have to learn to sit in your quiet. It used to be like I couldn't even be in my house by myself quiet. I would have like all the TVs on in every room. And now I could probably go at least half a day, if not the entire day, before I even realize the TV's not on.
Yeah. Oh, it's so lovely.
It is
so
nice.
Lovely. And then a new class starting in March on Saturday mornings.
We are bringing a Saturday morning class, y'all.
Yeah. 8:30 yoga playground. So this is going to be let's explore yoga. Let's explore our bodies. Let's play with some different poses. There'll be some different teachers. When I teach, I will be doing handstands. So I'll be posting about that. And then we have another teacher that really likes to do these peak poses, like those beautiful yoga poses you see on Instagram. And she builds the whole class up to that pose. So you work, we need open shoulders. We need
Miss Katie Tonks.
Hi.
Hello, friend.
Handstands. Yes, I know. So excited.
Katie, tell us what's happening in your life. Side note. Sorry, Jennie. You just came into my mind. Tell us what's happening in your life.
Yeah. So as she's typing, just wrapping up. So March, we'll be starting a Saturday morning yoga playground class, 8:30 in the morning. It'll be different teachers. So everybody will be kind of teaching their own different fun. Sometimes I'll do handstands or yoga dance or just playing with yoga. And yoga is also, meditation is yoga. Breath work is yoga. Intense focus is yoga. Postures, the movements is yoga. So it's just going to be a fun exploratory class.
I love that. She says, oh, I've thought of you recently too. Love you, miss you. We do miss you so much. Doing so good. Let us know if you want us to do a reading for you, friend.
Yeah.
And I mean, speaking of amazing yoga teachers, maybe Miss Katie Tonks should come and guest teach on the Saturday.
Yeah, you want to do that?
That would be fun.
It'd be super fun. So super fun. Well, Kuan Yin is calling. I don't know if it's your card, Katie, or if it's just like a general card, but Kuan Yin's like, you pulled me out. You need to do a reading. So let's see what Kuan Yin has to say.
I know, it's so quiet. I'm like, are we live? Is that happening?
Is it happening?
It's quiet. Maybe everyone just wants to hear us talk today.
The 22222 Tuesday portal was quite a thing for a lot of people, including me.
A lot of inwardness.
Yes.
Happening.
Yes.
A lot of inwardness.
Okay, so this is a card I have not seen yet. The Tao. Look at her beautiful robe. It looks like she's playing a harp or some kind of musical instrument. The Tao is always flowing, always nourishing life into creation, always presenting steps and solutions, and always reminding us that we are perfection in this moment. You are being guided to relax and allow life to flow. So the Tao Te Ching, you may have heard of that before. A lot of people say Tao, T-A-O. Tao. The Tao is representative of that which cannot be named, that which is all-encompassing. Life force, energy, universe is the Tao. So, beloved, you are being invited into a more advanced spiritual classroom of the soul. Sometimes we think that more advanced means more effort, and yet in spiritual matters, as we mature, we become more able to stop attempting to control and direct from our more limited perspective, and instead become more open to receiving and being directed by higher forces, which include our own divine essence at one with the source of all. This is really interesting. I was having a conversation with somebody at the collective today, and she was really struggling because she's like, I surrendered and I'm still struggling with this thing. I surrendered and I'm still struggling. And I'm like, well, honey, surrender doesn't mean that everything's perfect now.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes surrender is realizing that I've got to sit with this for a little bit and it's going to be okay.
Yeah, I have to sit with the uncomfortable. I have to sit with the I surrender to it being whatever it's going to be. I just wish that it was with nothing, with no pain.
So that was really funny. That's what brought this up. So I'm like, interesting. So this does not mean that we become a loose leaf blown about by the winds of fate. It means rather that we become more like bamboo, strong within ourselves and able to move in this direction or that without losing our power. In fact, our flexibility can become part of what makes us a powerful instrument of divine creativity and healing. This says, imagine any outcome that you wish to create, starting off as a thought or vision in your mind, and then dissolving into light, journeying down to your heart and beaming out into this vast void. The process of creation has been initiated the moment you let go of it. You don't even have to know how or what to do next. Feel the joy of release and the wonder of how easy it is when we let go of fear and control. Feel the excitement of anticipation that the universe is playing with you now to create the best manifestation. Relax and then follow your breath and perhaps finish your practice with the prayer below. A prayer to the Tao. Guide me, restore me. I trust you completely. Your wisdom, love, and joy lights my path, and the way becomes easy for me. Om Mani Padme Hum. The Tao, Kuan Yin, and the Tao. Card.
I love that card. Hello, Linda. How are you? How are you, friend? I think it is interesting when we what does the word surrender mean? What does it mean for each individual person? What does it mean for each individual situation? How do you surrender fully? There's so much that goes into it because I know who you're talking about, and I feel like I was so proud. I'm like, you did it. You did surrender. But surrender doesn't mean happiness. It just means that you're accepting it to be. And just this, yesterday we were talking about words and how word definition changes the vibration of because it has a definition to us, it changes the vibration of the word, right? And so some words can have good vibrations for some and bad vibrations for other, depending on the meaning that's connected to it. I feel like that's how surrender is too, is sometimes the surrender can be good depending on the story that's around what happens when you surrender, because not right away do we surrender and feel joy and happiness. Sometimes we can just feel this neutralness and this letting of control go. And that can feel so overwhelming and uncomfortable. It might even feel more uncomfortable than whatever you were holding on to before, especially if you've never done it before.
Yeah.
So that's something that I find really interesting when I start talking to people, especially when they're newer on the journey about surrendering.
Yeah. But it always works out better than you could have imagined.
Yeah.
Always. Like, I can say that with 100% certainty. When I let go of control and just surrender to the process, it's like, whoo, magic happens. So
yeah, I love it. Well, I guess that this is it. Maybe we take another day or another night.
Yeah.
Maybe it was just a slow where everyone's surrendering, enjoying family time. The weather is snowy out here anyway.
Yeah. Yeah. I was behind a snowplow on my way up. We don't have snow on the roads yet, but it's a little wet and it's getting cold, so ice. So they're laying down some salt, all that good stuff.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, do you have anything else you want to talk about, Jennie?
Not yet. I still have some stuff percolating from this last week. This portal has been, there's been some wheeze and woos.
It has been interesting.
Yeah. And I haven't reached the end of the ride yet. I think, you're kind of getting to the end where there's not as big peaks and valleys, but there's still a couple like woos. And so I think maybe next week I will have some more information. And I do believe it is about this drum.
I'm excited. I'm excited for that drum. I know you were frustrated for a little bit about it. So I'm excited for you to find some clarity as you work through whatever is connected to that drum.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's okay. Like, I'm just like, man, what is my feelings right now? What is the energy that I have right now? I'm feeling very much like quiet. I'm feeling this connection to obligation. It's coming up. Like, okay, what do we do? What is obligation about? What am I obligated to? What is coming in for me? How do I handle obligations when I maybe don't necessarily want to, or the energy's not feeling 100%? So I'm interested to kind of sit with that for a second and see what that feels like when you have obligated yourself and you've said you're going to do something, but you don't really want to do it all the way because the energy doesn't really feel 100%, or I'm going to sit with that.
Yeah.
It feels like very sit energy tonight. The energy tonight feels very interesting.
Yeah. I got home and I was like, oh, I could go to bed right now.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, even getting on to do readings, it's kind of what I'm talking about. It's like, man, at what point is it that, oh, the energy just didn't feel right for readings tonight? Even before I got on, because I felt the exact same way. It's like, oh man, I could sit and do nothing. I could just have my own practice. And that's such an interesting, I mean, even to go further. And when you're a practitioner, at what point does your practitioner obligations, and that's kind of what I was getting at, is like, what point does your practitioner obligations outweigh your personal need obligations? How does that fit in? How do you get to say, oh, not tonight. Tonight I'm tired, or tonight the energy doesn't feel right, but not feeling like you've missed an opportunity to support someone, or you weren't where you said you were going to be. And how does source work through me at that point? And it's very interesting energy.
Yeah. As tonight we've only had a handful of people hop on, but nobody's asked for card readings or yes, no's. So I feel like maybe source is going, yes, have your night.
You guys get to go early tonight. Enjoy your evening. It's been a very busy week, both with the studio and a lot of us Jennie, Carrie, and Amber and I, we all meet, and sometimes it's just very busy for us. And Source has been very good at helping us define boundaries and not make running the studio and having this space, if that doesn't break the energy. We would love to pull for you.
Yes. Yeah.
But we work hard on that, and it's I think it makes us very human that we don't preach that we know everything. And I sometimes, I was telling Jennie after live yesterday that I felt very vulnerable for what I was sharing, but it's really real, and we're going through it, and we don't just preach something and don't do it. Like, we have feelings, we have cycles, we have rhythms, and sometimes we're tired, and sometimes it's like, do I just get on and share that I'm tired too? So that it gives you okay to be tired, and maybe that's what this is supposed to be about. I don't know.
Yeah. So this book, Bleeding Ink, is more, it's like a journal book, but I use it more as an oracle deck because it has beautiful questions and sayings in it. So, Miss Linda, wake up and slay. If I don't wake up excited and ready to kick ass, I know I've let my energy stay stagnant for far too long.
Mm-hmm.
Even with shitty days, when life is kicking my ass, I still feel inspired and excited. If I don't, that's my cue that it's time to shake things up a bit. I go in a mode to awaken my inner warrior and start slaying energy vampires, facing my own bullshit, planning wild adventures, and setting new goals. There's so much creative energy and magic within reach. If you spend your days being bored and uninspired, it's a choice. Writing prompt: what's stealing your bliss and dragging you into the land of blah? Look at those things long and hard and then decide if you're willing to let go of the habits, people, and excuses that are keeping you stuck here. Slay those dragons and set yourself free, baby.
How does that feel?
Yeah.
I think there's difference in blah and no movement and blah and blocking movement. Do you agree?
Mm.
Do you think that?
Yeah, well, and she mentions bored, right? Like, because we were just talking about like, I feel content. Like I could just cuddle up and just be. And that's
Yeah.
not boredom, right? That's like, I'm content. But blah and blocking, because you're sabotaging, because you're afraid.
Mm-hmm.
And blah and what was the other one? Did you say boredom? Or did I say boredom?
I think you said boredom. But I get the point. Like, yeah, there is a difference between blah and boredom. And knowing when it's boredom. And when you're just, oh, okay, I just want to be. I just want to be. I could nap.
Yeah.
If you guided a meditation right now, I would settle right in. I would just be like,
Yeah. I used to go to this little dinner down the street, and this waiter, he's just really quirky. And this my ex-husband was like, I just feel like I'm always ordering the same thing. He's like, but do you like it? He goes, yeah, I love it. He goes, oh, then that's a groove, baby. If you don't, it's a rut. If you're always doing the same thing and you're loving it, you're content, you're feeling good, that's a groove, baby. If you don't, it's a rut.
that's very interesting. I like that. I like that idea of like, we don't have to chase the next shiny thing. Sometimes, like, you get to order the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you get to have nights where you do nothing. Sometimes you get to have nights where you do everything. Like, I think about like when people are like singers or whatever, and you hear them talk about their lives, and they're like, oh yes, I get to go on tour all the time. And like, I know to us, like normal folk, we're like, oh my God, that's so exciting. Like you're at a party every single night. But could you imagine having to like make it happen, make the energy happen, make every single night? Like that is not exciting. That would be like, that's their life. And exciting to them is being able to do nothing and sit on the couch with their family.
Mm.
So it's all in perspective, I suppose.
Yeah.
What is your perspective? What is your interesting?
Yeah. We have a couple more people on. If you want a card reading or a yes/no question, we're here.
Otherwise, we're just going to clamor on until we decide we're done.
So, Linda, I think I've been feeling stuck since this accident in December. I've been needing the quiet and such, and feel that there is a line where I have taken the rest time too long. Feeling the need to shake things up now that I have awakened from the rest I took. I have been working on surrendering and allowing things to flow and honoring the space I am in. Ah, yes. That is
so
beautiful.
I'm checking, Linda, your relationship with that accident.
And earlier we talked about relationship readings. If you want to, when we're done recording, go back and watch the beginning. We kind of share our own little quips of what we think a relationship reading means when we hear it and what it actually means, what we do.
What
Right
the
now,
Disney version is.
yeah, she's checking her relationship with the accident. Go on a date next week. No.
So I read your relationship, Linda, with your accident, and it feels like there's still a bit of fear. Like the fear is unwinding. And it's like I'm really feeling this sense of worry in driving. Like it's almost like as soon as I said that and I put my pendulum like and to do the reading, um, your inner child was like, I'm afraid to be in the car. And I know that you do inner child work and stuff as well. So it's like part of you, like adult you, gets it, but like inner child you is afraid to be in the car.
Mm.
Oh, I didn't do a yes or no, but that was kind of a yes or no.
Yeah, the time to move forward.
What do you think of that? Like, what do you like when you separate yourself from your inner child and you see it as two kind of entities? I do feel fear around driving for sure. Yeah, absolutely. It feels like adult you is okay, which is where you're kind of getting this like I'm seeing this image of like you're on the gas pedal but on the brake at the same time. And that's this like need to move forward. Like adult you is like it's time to go forward and I feel okay with that. But inner child with you is like hell's no. Hell's no. Because I don't think it's adult you that has this fear. Let's see. What can we do to help her? What can we do to help little Linda? Yeah, it's like she just is incredibly worried and she doesn't feel safe in it. This is the card that kind of popped out when I asked what kind of guidance, how can we help little Linda move forward from this situation? And I got the star. So let's read here what the star thinks.
As you're looking for that, I pulled little I am cards for mini Linda. I am student. I am manifestation. I am fire.
I'm going to challenge just a little bit. I do think it's about driving. I think that she's nervous to be in the car. And that's just what I'm feeling from her. And of course you can take it or leave it, but I wouldn't be channeling to my truth if I didn't say that. Like I feel like there's a lot to do with the car. Being like just actually being in the car. So you can kind of take that. But what I'm just going to kind of go into the card. And she's guiding me to the apothecary part of his card. And the apothecary part of his card says, honey smoothies. She's asking you to bring in honey smoothies. The emotional, energetic, and physical body which is truly everlasting sweetness and healing properties. Add honey to a tea, drizzle it in your yogurt, or put a spoonful of it on a facial treatment. Yeah. Sometimes I kind of feel, Linda, like sometimes it's not about digging deeper. It's about sometimes it really is just kind of a surface thing. We have this need to go deeper sometimes, and sometimes it can just be simple. The guidance piece, she's guiding me to the guidance piece now, and it's saying here, long before we arrived here and long after we are gone, something exists in nature repetitively to keep us, those of us who are listening, tuned into this promise of support for our development. The current of the energy keeps us going, keeps us motivated, to create the future of every tomorrow. The evidence that you are looking for is that everything can be better. It can be better within us. You are proof that miracles exist. I'm feeling this like words to her saying, Source is always looking out for you. I'm really feeling Source kind of remind her, Source is always looking for you. Source is always taking care of you. Don't take it so serious because we have your back. Don't feel like you have to protect from everything. Don't feel like you have to anticipate every little thing because Source has your back. And life is a fleeting moment. And this really kind of weird duality they're trying to explain it to her. Like, life is a fleeting moment and it's going to be okay when you're gone. The universe will be okay. And that, oh my gosh. Okay. They're coming in now. And I'm just like, calm down. Okay, calm down. Inner children are very interesting, especially these little healer inner children, because they gather, right? They come to this world because they 100% know their mission is to help people heal. And so what they do, whenever I have to do these inner child initiations and I have to pull them up and really stop them from gathering other wounded souls, because what they do is they gather them and they bring them in you. And she's thinking, her little inner child you is thinking, if I'm gone, then I'm not going to be able to heal all of these little babies over here. So shit, I'm not going to get in the car again. I don't want to get in the car again because that's where like stuff goes wrong when I'm in the car. So reminding her, I'm feeling Source remind her, it's okay. It's not all on you to heal everyone. Take things as stride. It's okay. So at the beginning, really reminding you, it's okay to be in the car because we got your back. And also, if things go wrong, it's okay too because it's not all on you to heal everyone. So, anyway.
Ooh, love it.
It's not you. But don't underestimate the car part. Get the girl some damn honey yogurt and show her that the car can be okay.
Hi, Natasha. We have a couple of other people on here. Say hey so we can see who's here.
Hello.
And if you want a card or if you want a yes, no question, comment. We are here for you.
Excuse me. Inner child stuff is so much fun. I'm really loving it. And they've got me going through the business. I've been doing a lot of inner child activations lately, which has been really fun. Amazing read. We can read for you too, friend, if you have a question for us.
Yeah. Or if you just want a general card. Yes.
Yeah, you got this.
Yeah.
These healer inner children are very interesting because they think that they've got it all together and that they know everything. But really, they're just like, the weirdest things set them off.
Oh. So fun. A general card for Natasha. I don't feel like I have it. Do you?
Sure.
Okay. I mean, I can. But none of my decks are calling for her.
I'm feeling like it's mine. The moon. And the first thing that I saw, and I don't know if it's because I've been watching the Skinwalker Ranch. No. Have you heard of this documentary? Okay, I can't. I'm going to do this reading. You're a hard read. This little UFO guy came right away into the space. Natasha, if you have a particular relationship, please let me know. I feel like there's a relationship. There's something that is you're asking for a general read, but there's something you're hoping for. There's something you're hoping. There's a relationship you're hoping to come up.
And it doesn't always have to be with another person. It can be like inner
It can
child.
be a story.
It can be with Bunny. It can be with your body. Something.
Okay. The moon. Dive deep into the dark, still waters within, and answers and secrets await past the edge of your fears. Yes, I'm hoping, but I don't think it will happen. Well, ask for it, friend. You can order off the menu what you want, and we can read right into that relationship.
Mm-hmm.
A full moon shines over a remote lake deep in the forest. You float on the surface. I'm feeling like close your eyes as I read this. This is like an intro to a meditation right here. I'm going to start over so you can close your eyes and really feel it. A full moon shines over the remote lake deep in the forest. You float on the surface, gazing up at the sky, taking in the scene. A path leads back to the shore into the woods, guarded by the jack-o'-lantern at the trailhead. It's unclear whether it stands as a warning or an invitation. Guidance. The greatest ventures we can embark upon is the one that is rooted in fear. Daring to explore the remote reaches of our psyche, facing the monsters in our own design, and taking them on once and for all. I feel this. I feel this very much for you. It's almost like you're afraid to ask for it because that's scary. It's scary to ask for what you want. It's almost like it's scary for you to ask for what you need in a situation. Like, because God forbid if you ask and then you have to do something about it. Then you have to, it's like you already know it's not going to be. So you're going to have to make the change. You're going to have to move forward because you, my friend, are super guarded. You are super guarded, which is okay. I can appreciate that. I have a very guarded inner child who isn't interested in just anyone reading her. Yeah, and your guides are telling you to stop it. It's not you asking that gets you hurt. It's you not asking that puts you in situations that you will get hurt anyways. Not asking is just going to prolong the situation. And your guides are telling you this right now. This is your relationship with your self-worth, which is so stuck in water. You're so stuck in your head because inner child you, the ego parent in you has said, we just don't ask and then we'll be okay. We'll survive. We won't thrive. And we're not going to have super deep happiness. We're going to have, okay, with moments of spike. But something that I heard really resonated with me, and I don't even remember where I heard it from. It must have been like Warwick Sheeler podcast or something. He was talking about how he didn't really feel extreme sadness. And that was something that came up from him. He's like, I'm never really sad. And he started to kind of do this kind of work. And then he realized, I'm never really happy either. But he didn't think about it for 40 years of his life. He didn't think about the fact that he wasn't happy. He just realized, wow, I'm not really sad. You can't, and he kind of came to this conclusion, and I tend to, it feels true to me too. You can't really have one extreme without the other. If you don't feel sadness, well, then what is happiness? What is happiness? Okay, so it kind of goes on to say, daring to explore the remote reaches of your psyche, facing the monsters of your own design, taking them on once and for all, is truly a mythical undertaking. This is a wonderful news. It means that you now stand at a gateway to rewriting your very own personal mythology. Embark on this path by engaging in radical but safe self-discovery, keeping her safe, keeping this little wounded girl safe. It's not saying, okay, I'm going to start asking everyone for everything. It's saying, I'm going to be safe when I do it.
Mm.
I'm going to find a safe space to start to ask for what I want. She is not the one for you to go and change your whole entire life in one sweep. Find one safe relationship where you can start to. And that may be within yourself. If you need more help, we're here for you to do this with. We have a whole group of ladies in Rising that are going through this exact same thing all together, and they're super supportive and loving. And you also can do individual sessions with us too if you'd like. It continues to say, embark on this journey by engaging in, okay, blah, 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 we already did that. Meditation, therapy, and free writing are all excellent ways to work with this energy. Be sure you have the support that you need through the process. Okay, we talked about that. No, that feels good.
Yay.
It's fun to not be the hard read. It's fun to get the answer. You're not a hard read, friend. You're a hard receiver.
Mm.
With all the love in the world, because I have to be a clear channel. So,
Hearts.
if you ever wondered if Jasmine clears channels, there's 2 of them that I had to kind of disagree. Sending love, my friend. Truly, truly sending love. We are here for you, and you don't have to go through it alone. And I have 100% sat where you're sitting right now, where I was the tough one. That was a hard read, and I kept it all to myself. And now I'm much more of a lover, and I receive more, and you can too.
Mm.
Okay, oh, my mom was hard.
Mama
I was wondering where my mom was. She hadn't popped on.
Usually our number one fan.
Maybe that's what's off. We started it and my mom wasn't on yet.
Okay, Mama Bonnie, Kuan Yin. Immortal treasures. Immortal treasures. You carry within you precious immortal treasures, beloved. They exist beyond life and death, belonging to the celestial, heavenly realms of the divine presence within you. Kuan Yin now guides you to honor these treasures, the gifts of your soul, which include the ability that you have to transmit healing. Honor yourself as a healer. Whether formally or informally, your soul brings a special healing light to humanity. You have divine support in your role as a healer in whatever way, usual or unusual, that is unfolding for you now. I feel like you're like, nah. What? No. We haven't even met. I call you Mama Bonnie. We haven't even met yet. But how does that feel for you? What are your thoughts on that? She's saying you're a healer. Kuan Yin is saying you're a healer. And it's time to embrace that healing capacity your own unique way.
What do you define like healer? When you say someone's a healer, does that mean that you have to work on people?
No, I mean, it can be with animals. It can be with the earth, working with the earth. It can be just your presence helps other people feel safe and loved or seen. A good listener is a beautiful healer. Mm-hmm. I think, and that's one thing that she said, Kuan Yin, was like, whether formally or informally, usual or highly unusual. Like there's the healer, and I still kind of have a hard time calling myself a healer because I feel like what I do is help you tap into your own healing abilities. Like, I don't feel like I do the healing. I just help you see your ability and you heal yourself. And I give you that space and support to do that.
So why isn't that a healer?
It's weird. I don't know. There's like, we were talking about relationships at the beginning, and what does a relationship reading mean to you? And okay, what does a healer mean to you? Oh,
what is Jennie's relationship with being a healer? This is very interesting.
Yeah, this is really interesting. All right. I feel when we come down, I would love to meet you. Yes, I believe I'm a healer because I'm helping this certain person with her feelings too. So I love it. Yay.
My mom is like a one-on-one kind of healer person.
One-on-one. Yeah.
Jennie, it's fire. You're blocked in fire. That's where you're like, think about the over agitation.
Over agitation.
Really not feeling joy because you're like looking for a very certain, it's like you're looking for a very specific, like, you must show me joy in being a healer in this very particular way. And if it's not in this particular way, then I'm not seeing it. And I'm going to be annoyed.
I feel like it has to do with humility, ego.
Yeah.
I don't want to get too big for my britches. Yeah. And be like, I mean, I have some incredible testimonials.
You're an incredible healer.
It's like, oh.
But being happy doesn't mean being in ego. I am on fire. I'm like I feel like I don't want to say that. If you guys could feel like the inside of my brain sometimes when sources like say things, I'm like, I don't want to say it. But I think it's a very real conversation. Like,
and there's people out there, they're like, I'm a healer and I will heal you. And I'm like, I don't want to make false promises. Like, you know, there's just some of that. And I think a lot of it has to do with my upbringing and the religious upbringing that was like, there's only one healer in this world, and that's Jesus. And so it's like,
I think it's a very real thing. And like, I think all of us kind of feel it. I think people who come into it with very pure intentions really do struggle with that. Like, I don't want to go and be this big, like, I even think to myself, I don't want to be Jay Shetty. I just want to be Jasmine, and I want to help lots of people, and I just want to be like really quiet about it. And then Source makes me say stuff, and I'm like, I don't want to.
I don't want to. All right, Mama Bonnie, you've helped me in a lot of ways when you read the cards, especially that one in the book. I've gone a lot with my craft and jewelry craft, doing things, redoing them. You've told me to a lot. Oh, thank you, Mama Bonnie. Wow, I can't wait to meet you in person and give you a big hug. So I know I'm gifted. I do know that I'm gifted. I know that I do help a lot of people. There's just that label of healer that
I think it's interesting.
Like everybody is. So what is it special if I am? And I don't want to like just claim, because I feel like I help people unlock their own inner healing ability.
And maybe you owning it helps them own it too. Maybe you having fun with it and you just having joy in your own little healerness, which isn't little. There's nothing little about Jennie, by the way, but like, if you were questioning, if you think I'm big, there's like one person who's bigger than me. Like,
Jen. Hi, girl.
Jennie, can we just talk about how this card reading took a turn? For a minute there, I was like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
I was like, what is happening? Where is everyone?
All right. I have some, but I don't think it's the only ones for her.
I also agree.
Okay.
I think that there's a relationship she's got in mind. What you take to be in such good moods and have all of. My mom says she wants to know what you take. What drug do you take?
No drug, man. Just high on life. Living the dream.
Hanging 10.
Seriously, living my dreams is like every day I'm just like, this is my life now. This is my life now. Oh my gosh. So yeah.
I do have to say, Mom, and like, not that I want to get too gush, but like, it was kind of dead until you got on here. You brought the vibe.
You did bring the vibe. Okay, Jen. I am inspired. I am helpful. And I am timeless. Like, how do I show all of those at the same time? Like, this looks like it's Stonehenge in it.
Oh, I
Like
love
some
Stonehenge.
portal. Timeless portal. And we just did the 2 2 2 2 twos. I don't know how many twos I say. I just
Let me
kind of
just make some
for a
notes.
second. Inspired, helpful, and timeless.
Also, 2 of coins. Internal wisdom of the elemental earth. Jen, you're going to laugh at this. You're ready to make some moves. While they can be literal, as in a temporary or permanent relocation or job. The card doesn't say that, but source does. These moves are just as likely to manifest as rearrangements of our material world. The knowledge that you have and the power to shape your world is taking hold. As I really love that. Like, source is making me read that part again. The knowledge that you have, the power to shape your world is taking hold. You get to choose. You have free will to choose. It's your choice. You get to choose the door and walk through it. As you survey the container of your life, I was like, what is this saying? As you survey the container of your life, and it continues, you see, you play, you realize that everything. What is happening? You realize that everything. I'm struggling as it is. Everything that's around you is. You realize everything around you is not solid. You choose. You make the choice. You make your own reality. And whether you do or don't move, whether you do or don't take a new job, whether you do or don't get into a new relationship, this is for everyone. Whether you make the changes or you don't make the changes, making it in a material world is one thing, and making it in a physical world or in your like spiritual type world and this inner knowing that you have is a whole different one. And they both can be really amazing.
So this came out because you mentioned you shape your own reality, right? That phrase that you read twice. Mm-hmm. And it was like, oh, crystal ball. And I don't know why I don't know why. But then I started to see the reflection is upside down, right? Our eyes see everything upside down, and it switches it in our brain to right side up. So it's really like this weird magical flip. Like, our reality that you see really is not what is really real.
Mm-hmm.
Think is real. What you want to be real, what you create, and what you choose to see and what you choose to focus on. And so, like, as I was playing with this, and also, being playful and fun, and what do you want to create, and what do you want it to look like? Have fun with it. Be playful. Be creative. Get your crystal ball out.
Well, yeah, and just realize that it's like, don't take everything so serious. Don't take every decision as if I choose this one thing, my whole life is ruined. Or if I don't choose this one thing, my whole life is ruined. I feel like as I've worked with people and as I've gone through this journey and I've made choices, source is going to lead me back to the right choice no matter what. No matter how many times I make the wrong choice, there's tons of different scenarios that are going to get me to the point where they want me to be. So don't take each and every one decision so serious. Because could you imagine if I just made one wrong choice in my whole entire, what's the point of living? Like, then you're just done.
Oh, I had a beautiful yoga teacher help me in a moment of struggle when I was so worried about making a decision and that it was going to be the wrong one and it was going to mess up the rest of my life. And she painted this picture for me visually that I'm like, man, if I could find an artist to draw this for me, it would be amazing. But she said, imagine you're standing in the center of a lotus flower and you're surrounded by all of these petals, and all these petals are all of these different choices. And then when you go step on another lotus petal saying, this is my choice, you become the center of another lotus flower. And then you have another 360 degrees of choices. It's not like this path and then you're stuck here, right? Like the rut and the groove we were talking about earlier. Like, oh, you're here, now you're here. It's like you still have 365 degrees of choices. Some of those could be to step back into the choice. Like, I'm going to go back. I don't like that. I didn't like what I chose. I want to go back. You know how many friends I have that got divorced and then remarried their partner again? Same one.
Yeah. And it's interesting that you had that in your life when like you and Jerry were together and then you separated and then you came back.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, what is Source trying to tell me that I need to do that? Things have a way of working out, and you take the exact path that you're supposed to take.
Yeah.
Don't take it serious. Play with it. Be with it.
Yeah. The word failure stands for first attempt in learning. And I'll even take it to like 5th and 49th and 5,000th and 52 million, whatever. How many times, right? Like, how many times did Edison fail before he found the light bulb? Right? It was like they all led to other, not all of them, but a lot of them led to other inventions. Like there's really no failure. You can't mess it up. You can't mess it up. So
just make the choice.
Yeah, let's do it.
Do it. Do it. Do it. Okay, we have time for one more.
Ooh.
Which is funny because it was crickets for like 20 minutes.
Yeah. Does anybody want a card reading? A yes, no? Their relationships checked?
Then I'll just read for the whole space.
General.
The whole room. Going once. Going twice. The reading for everyone. The reading for everyone. We get a fire card for everyone. Because Jasmine's been all spicy. 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 The Knight of Wands. Knight of... Oh, that's true. My mom and dad. That is a true story about my parents. Knight of Wands. This card is for everyone. Knight of Wands. Fire, fire. Speaking of, the champion of creation. The champion of creation. Your passion is reaching a boiling point. The earth. I read this card. This was pulled for someone yesterday in Rising. I don't remember who it was now, though. The urge to race forward, to burn it all down, and to conjure new reality is in place. This can be overwhelming. This was for Kinsey, I think. Now that I'm thinking about it, like, I love it. Okay, sorry. To conjure a new reality in its place can be overwhelming. At its best, this energy is inevitable for surging ahead in your goals, practically creating new ones. It can help you meet the deadline like nothing else, getting all debts out of the way and bypassing pesky intellectual questions like why and how. Really use this energy. This energy is here to help you just push through, to take this creativeness and say, this is where I'm going. It's like pointing a bloodhound to a scent. Like that's what I'm feeling. Here's a scent. This is where we're going. And we're bypassing all other things. And we don't go directly to go. No, nothing. We're going right there, right? How does that go in Monopoly?
Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. Go directly to jail.
No, there's a different one.
Is there?
Like go to directly to go and pass. I was thinking a different way, not go to jail. I mean, maybe. Sometimes Source takes you there. That's not the vibe I'm getting. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. It's going to come to me afterwards, and I'm going to like come on here and I'm going to comment. And I'm like, this is the saying.
This is the saying.
Let it go, Jasmine. It's fine. Yeah, it's just like take this fire energy, take this creative energy, and move. And this will help you get through some of the stuff that has got you stuck in your head, that has you overthinking, that has you questioning why, questioning your greatness, questioning why you're worthy of this, questioning why you're even moving there in the first place. Because sometimes we don't know the why until after it's happened.
Most of the time, I would say we don't know the why until after it's happened.
Yeah.
We turn around and can go, oh, I get it now.
So if you're feeling that rushy energy, if you're feeling that go energy, let it take you. You'll know why in the end.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Ooh.
That whole jail thing is going to drive me. Don't pass go. Don't. I'm not even going to be able to Google it in the time. I don't even know what words to search to find that saying.
It's all good.
Okay.
Well, thank you for joining us, everybody. Wednesday nights, 7:00 most of the time for live readings. And if you'd like your private reading or healing session, or to join our community of group healers where we're doing inner child work, we have Rising, and that meets Tuesday nights, and group classes, retreats. We have so many fun ways you can work with us if you want.
Go back to the beginning of this. Go back to the beginning of this video when Jennie and I are clamoring on for 20 minutes, and you'll hear all about them.
Yes, you will. Yes.
Okay,
and you can always just go to our website too.
Or the website if you don't want to watch the first 20 minutes of us chatting.
Yeah.
And it will teach you all about things. You can sign up for all the things. You can shoot us an email if you have questions, or you can comment them in the comments and we'll take care of you because we're not that famous yet.
I love it.
We're not above it. We still answer our own comments.
We
still get excited for every reading. And we do think about every time we do one of these lives, I'm like, oh my gosh, we got 100 views. It always makes me excited. In case you were wondering if your view mattered or if we noticed if you viewed. We do. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay, lovelies. Have a lovely night, and we will see you next Tuesday.
Wednesday.
Well, Tuesday for after the session.
Oh, yeah, Tuesday for after the session. You're right.
And then Wednesday for readings.
Yay.